Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I do my eyeliner. I've already zoomed it in and hopefully I can stay in the shot the whole time. And I'm going to talk through some tips and tricks that make it really easy for me to do my winged liner. I will try to talk about the eyeliners each before I use them, but three of them are Maybelline. One is Maybelline Line Stiletto, one is Maybelline Master Drama by Eye Studio, and the other one is Maybelline Master Precise by Eye Studio. And you'll see each of the actual liner pens as I work through them. So first and foremost, this is very basic. This is for if you're a novice, you really love the Jordana Fabuliner liquid liner. The reason that I love the Jordana Fabuliner so much is because it has, the way that the tip works is actually, it's a stiff tipped pen, so you can actually kind of cheat when you draw your liquid liner. So the reason that I use liquid liner first is I want to close off the space between my lashes and my actual eyeliner. And it's especially important if you have like fair colored lashes, or you know, if you're a redhead or blonde or whatever and your lashes happen to be fair, this is even more important. But it also makes a more impactful lash line if you have like dark hair and dark eyes like I do. So I always start with a liquid liner and then I go over it with a pencil. So I'm going to show you how I do the Fabuliner on one eye and then my favorite, more preferred liquid liner on the other. This is better if you are just starting with liquid liner or just starting with makeup and you want to practice this. So I just go through, I do a messy line. I mean, I'm trying to be messy, but it doesn't come out messy because when you do this every day, it becomes easier. So I stop right on the outside edge. I'm trying to make it messy to make my point. And then when I get to the outer edge, to make the perfect wing for your eye shape, all you have to do is follow the natural shape of your eye. So the angle or the degree of my wing is going to be different than somebody else's who has a different shape, an eye shape. So the best way to remember is to just follow. I'm trying to color in my lashes a little bit so I can see them better because they're covered in powder. But if you just follow the angle of your outer lashes, it'll be perfect. You can also do nose to outer corner to outside corner of the brow, and you're gonna get the same shape. So what I like the Fabuliner for is that I literally lay it down and I can, while my eye's still open, I can draw that line and then close my eye and draw it in. And then I'm gonna go back and connect it. And usually you'd see people go back, connect it, and I'm not drawing in right now, they'd go back like this and connect it to the tip. But literally with a Fabuliner, because it's actually a harder tip, it's not flimsy, you can lay the Fabuliner down and then drag it across. And then you have your liner. And then I can just go back and fix the line like so. And literally I have the perfect wing. Of course I can go back and make it thicker if I want. If I want to make it thicker, I would just set the Fabuliner up higher and then connect it. Just the same motion that I just did right now. But this will do for right now. What I personally prefer for a super dark line, because my eyeliner is competing with my eye color and I have very, very dark brown eyes. I prefer the Maybelline Line Stiletto, and this is what the tip looks like. This is flimsy, so you can't do the same thing that I just did on the other eye, but I'm just going to show you how I use it. I do this literally the same technique. And then again, following my lashes, and if I try to do it like the Fabuliner, it just doesn't come out as, it just does not come out as smooth. This is a much wetter formula than the Fabuliner, so it's easier to screw up. That's why I recommend the Jordana one for beginners. It's also really, really cheap. I hope I'm in the shot. So I'm gonna let that dry. Like I said, I like the Maybelline Line Stiletto one better. A couple of things to keep in mind. Doing like a liquid liner like this first and then going back and fixing the lines. Throughout this whole video, you're gonna see that I actually never pull my eye taut. It's something that I used to do all the time because I wanted that smooth line, but I'm gonna show you how to smooth the line as the last step without actually having to pull your eye taut. For me personally, I like to go over it with pencil. You can finish up and go back over it with gel, cream, more liquid liner, whatever you prefer. But I like the Maybelline Master Drama pencil. It's a retractable one, so you never have to sharpen it. The only other pencil that I like at the drugstore is the Milani Liquify, because I like the super, super dark black. But this is easier to travel with. You never have to sharpen it, and to me, it lasts a little bit longer because you're not sharpening away the pencil itself. So I just go over the liquid liner, and this is like, if I want to thicken it up, now would be the time. And then I'm going to show you how to fix it. The thing with pencil liner is that it's not as smooth, like the edges aren't as smooth. So what I do is I go back and fix it with the Master Precise, which the tip looks like this. And this is also how I line the very inner corner of my eye without having it smudge on the bottom lash line. I just use liquid liner, and once it dries, for me, it doesn't budge. For me, I have foundation and concealer on my eyelids, or you can use a primer, or you can use a paint pot. Once you do that, it really should prevent your eyeliner from transferring. I've never, ever had a problem with my eyeliner transferring, and I've even slept in my makeup and my eyeliner doesn't budge. So what I do for the inside corner is, while my eye is open, I just press this on the inside. And then I just use the tip to fix any jagged edges. If I want to emphasize my line, this is really great. Very, very detailed tip. And literally, like, my liner is done. I never pulled my eye taut one time. In my old video, I was pulling my eye taut. I don't do that anymore. So now this eye is dry, and I can go back and do whatever I want. Again, I can go back and finish it up with an eyeliner. I always finish with the Maybelline Master Precise. Always, always. I can go back over it like so. And now if I want to fix it, I'm finishing up with the Maybelline. Doing the same thing on the inside. Getting the very inner corner. I like to fix with my eye open so that I can really see the shape. Feel free to play with the shapes. You can change the angle of your eyeliner and see how it looks with your eye shape and see if it's something that you like. Your eyeliner itself can be thick all the way through, thin to thick, thin all the way through. It really is up to you however you want to do it. But if you want symmetry, all you have to do is use your actual eye shape to create the perfect liner on each eye. And then having these liquid liners is handy for when you do false lashes and you need to go back and cover it, the glue line. These are perfect. So I really hope that that helps you guys out. Anyway, that wraps it up for my eyeliner tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you have any questions below. I'll see you next time. Bye!